Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Season 1, Episode 14 of Manifest, titled Upgrade. So, Michaela takes Zeke to live at her apartment since Ben's moved back at home, and he gets a calling of a wolf. Meanwhile, Olive is most definitely Ben's daughter, because she's already pulled up all the information on the pentagrams and stone pentagrams. Yeah. She's definitely her father's daughter. So, Cal also had that same vision, calling, but he doesn't want to talk about it. He gets kind of snappy about it. So, the plot line for him is Zeke and Grace working with him to figure it out. S1E gets visited by this patient, or this woman who wants her to help heal her husband. So, S1E goes with her to her house and meets him and realizes that he's just too far gone. Unfortunately, this woman believes that S1E and other people can make miracles, so she grabs a gun and just starts pointing at her, forcing her to try and heal her husband. So, this dude, Adrian, who appeared a couple episodes ago as one of the people who had the calling for the plane, and, found his ended up getting cornered by these people who believe that they're saints or whatever, ended up starting a church. And he wholeheartedly believes he's giving these people hope, which is kind of bullshit because S1E's now got PTSD, that woman's going to prison, and her husband's going to die alone. Anyway, Ben was waiting on a call from S1E, and when he doesn't get it, he ends up going to her work. And as the nurse says, "Miss one call, you must be a good friend." So he ends up following the trail of a pamphlet to Adrian's church before looking at a prayer request and matching the handwriting. He calls Michaela, and they end up going to her house, where Ben, goes in first and leaves the door open so Mick can go in and arrest her. I also love how her husband saw her, and for a second, he said her name. I thought he was about to warn her, but he just asked her to hold his hand so she couldn't have both hands. So Lourdes finds out about the affair, and she ends up leaving. Meanwhile, Jared and Michaela are on pier duty to wait while the scuba divers try and find that armored truck that went missing. It was mentioned, I think, last episode or the episode before, about how the bank was robbed or whatever, or something like that. Anyway, Zeke and Grace manages to convince Cal that he doesn't create the future, cause the future, he just predicts it. And he ends up drawing Michaela standing in front of the armored van with a wolf jumping out of her. And the episode ends with them finding the van, Michaela opening the door, and the dude popping out, which is I guess is another aftershock like Zeke was. Yeah, just another aftershock like Zeke was. So Ben goes to the church and ends up confronting Adrian about it. Meanwhile, in the crowd is the Major's stooge. And the Major reveals that they're waiting to go after Ben until they figure out if Cal is really their holy grail. I'm kind of thinking that the Major might be a recurring villain and might go into season 2, because there's only 2 more episodes and we don't know shit about this woman. So unless we get a whole ass episode of exposition and info dump, I don't think this is going to be resolved in season 1. Anyway, so Lourdes leaves Jared, and Jared is like, "Hey, maybe this is how it was always meant to be. We're supposed to be together." And Mick is just not poor Mick, she did cheat, but this isn't Man, poor girl. She took her father's advice of being a cheating hoe, and now here she is, a cheating hoe. And she don't like the feeling. So I'm assuming next episode we're gonna go through whatever the hell is happening with this dude in the van. Samvi is obviously going to be fucked up. We're also getting bits and pieces about Samvi, like she was supposed to go to Jamaica with a date, a husband, a boy, not a husband probably, but a boyfriend maybe, a friend, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I gotta be honest though, that guy probably saw the news a day after that plane went missing. It was breathed the fattest sigh of relief, like, holy shit, I was supposed to be on that plane. Anyway, so they end up, I'm assuming they're gonna end up coming into contact with the church again, coming to blows with again. I feel like this might be a recurring thing. So I feel like the church and the people who spray paint X's are like two terroristic different sides. Like they're both kind of getting to that point. Like they're two different sides of the same coin. They absolutely do not want the betterment of the returnees. Whether they, one side absolutely is openly clear with it, and the other side just, yeah, isn't. But it's obvious they're not going for their best interests. So Olive finds out that the pentagram is the star, the Gemini constellation, which is twins from Greek mythology. And it could refer to Olive and Cal, we don't know. So, we'll go with there. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a solid 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.